right, guys, fire away for Coach.
First, congratulations, Coach.
Thanks. It's nice to get that one past us. It's going to get hectic this week with the midweek game and then travel to Tulsa. So it was important if we're going to have a good week to hopefully start with a win tonight. I think Loudoun's a good team. You could see that certainly in the first half. We started pretty well. I mean, 20, 25 minutes, we had a lot of attacking possessions. I don't think we did well enough to get all the way in. You know, we kept cutting back into the middle, and you know, that was the adjustment at half. We got to get around the corners. We got to pull their center backs apart. Just think we were a lot better getting around the edges in the second half, and we were able to make deep runs and smash balls across the face of goal. Subs came in and did a good job, brought energy, and you know, we stayed positive. I think we closed the field up better in the second half. And even the first 20 minutes, we were pressing everything 25. But the last 15, 20 minutes of the first half, the game was stretched. And they have some good athletes, and they're running through lines. And it was a transition, and they had some of the most dangerous moments in the first half. So for us to kind of tighten up and dictate the game more on our terms, I thought was the difference in the second half.
From a possession standpoint, you know, in the second half, felt like your team was much more composed in the middle third, a little bit more of a long ball game in the first half. How did you see through that adjustment?
Yeah, I mean, we talked, I do. I think we've been sloppy with the ball a lot this year. And that's when the game gets wide open and chaotic. And I don't think if you're a good team, you want a chaotic game with young guys that are running, you know, that are dangerous. Need to use our soccer abilities and our technical and tactical, you know, experience by connecting passes, and I just think we did a better job. You know, there were good moments in the first half, for sure, early on where we forced turnovers and had some half chances. I just don't think we always found the right pass, or we were sloppy with the pass, and now immediately we're defending a transition. Second half, passing better, a little bit more possession, a little bit more side to side until we could get around an edge, and then, you know, good runs in the box. We definitely were more complete on the ball and offensively in the second half. We're getting there, you know, we're getting there. Again, you know, a couple other guys got their first starts tonight, so, you know, we're just trying to gain experience with the group, see what everyone can do. You know, I thought the three subs were very influential. You know, Dix and Robbie are good attacking pieces in wide areas. You know, Dane's a goal scorer, so, you know, as long as you're getting him service, he's gonna be dangerous. Thought a really unselfish play, you know, from Dikwa to get him in, you know, and have that awareness that I don't need to shoot. I can give it to someone in a position to have a tap in. I'm really happy with what they produced the second half.
I think I've counted 3 set-piece goals so far this year, so it feels like you guys are already on pace more this year than last year. Has it been something you guys have been specifically working on in practice, or it's just
we
it
do
just
a lot of
now?
crossing? I mean, we have not done a lot of plays, and you know, it's obviously something that's important. I think we probably work more on traffic and balls for our keepers, for our defenders, for our attackers, how to pick up second balls, how to attack space, because it's a big part of the game, you know, at the offensive and defensive end. All the play in the middle areas of the field is important, but the game is decided in both boxes. I like to say that a lot. So, you know, we don't always probably do as much as we could with restarts now. We obviously have organization and sheets and tell them this is how we're going to defend, this is what we're looking for. But I think our guys are used to seeing a lot of balls served into the box, and we know how to attack those balls pretty well as a group, or generally. In fact, in a few of the early games, we didn't defend some restarts well. So, yes, I probably need to continue to work on that, because that'll be important. It plays a big factor in the games.
Your goalkeeper had a good game. I thought he made some really solid saves. Got a shutout at the beginning of the season. Coach, goalkeeper was kind of a question mark, and now it seems like it's almost a team strength. With the other goalie stopping the penalty kick in game 1. Where do you think your goalkeeping is at?
We just need work. You know, we're giving different guys games to hopefully grow all of them. They're all good young keepers. They all have things to work on. I thought Kevin was pretty solid tonight. There was a mistake at the end. Jelani was in a position to make a play on the ball, and he came running out, and Jelani's header landed at the foot of their player. And if it's a better finish, that net, there wasn't a need to go there. But thought he was pretty good with his feet. Didn't have a lot to do, pretty routine saves, but you know, I thought he managed it well. He took up good spots and covered some balls over the top. So I thought he was engaged and read the situations well. You know, I want and expect all three of them, with now having signed Jamali, to continue to grow. I mean, we're in early stages for all these players, and a lot of these guys you're seeing, like Argudo, Luke Biasi got his first start tonight as a rookie. I mean, Luke's played obviously at a good level in MLS, but you know, there's still new players in this system and are growing as players within our system. So for us, a lot of it now is continue to build, develop everyone. I mean, the 24th guy on this roster, in my opinion, will be important, because you go through a season and how you train and the level from your top players to the players maybe 18 through 24, the stronger that is, the stronger team you're going to have, and the better you're going to weather tough spots during the season. And right now, I think we're showing that, you know, we have more on our roster. You know, we have a full deck of cards as opposed to just face cards, you know, and that's going to be important.
You mentioned playing Cup this week. From what I saw, I don't think Maryland's played yet this year. How do you
They've played one. They have a second game this weekend, yeah. So we got film from the first, like, you know, we'll have to go to work now and pay attention. You know, some guys that didn't play a ton of minutes tonight will probably play more on Tuesday. Can't take those games for granted. You know, they'll come in with a lot of energy, and they'll have players. Every level now has players that can hurt you. I mean, you know, it doesn't take a lot of chances. You get 2 or 3 quality chances and finish, score a first goal. Even tonight had Loudoun, you know, as the half wore on, if they were able to punch one in, that second half becomes a whole lot more difficult. So we just need to pay attention, you know, with our preparation, and then show up ready to compete on the night. I think our quality is good enough to handle that game even with changes, but you know, I think it's important. We want to be able to advance and give ourselves a chance to see what we do later on in the tournament.
You've been putting in Angelo Kelly Rosales as a sub, kind of late, you know, coach, with 15, 20 minutes to go. You envision that kind of being his role, bringing that jolt of energy at the end of the game, or do you see him transitioning into a starter one day?
Listen, I think he'll get opportunities to start. I think he's played well when we brought him on. I think he's a good player. I think we've played Rivera in the middle field, he's done well. We've played Mark Ibarra in the middle field, he's done well. We know Kenny can play in the middle field and play well. And, you know, sometimes we push Kenny higher. Tonight he was a little bit wider. We have a lot of players, so Angelo has contributed. I think he's got in every game, which some guys haven't, or they haven't dressed every game. Like, he's doing what he needs to do, and I think if he keeps having solid performances and coming in, he was very good tonight. He won tackles. He helped us get out. He's pretty smart. He gets in the right areas. So we got a lot of players. If I don't know who the best 11 is yet, then hopefully none of you do, or you take my job.
It's a good problem to have.
Talking about good problems to have, how do you fight overconfidence? The Italians went into playing North Macedonia and got surprised in the 94th minute. How do you keep your boys in check despite being undefeated and being one of the stronger teams at the onset of the season?
Well, I mean, listen, we had a good preseason, but we tied Louisville at home 1-1 in preseason. Louisville's winning their games. You don't want to fall behind. I mean, you're going to have to go play Louisville twice, Tampa. Who are you chasing? What are your goals? I mean, you can just play and let points slip away, but teams that want to win things aren't giving points away. So our standards, we talk about that all the time. It's hard because, even the energy was there. The first half, we pressed 25 minutes great. Didn't pass it as well as we needed to. Let the game open up. Didn't execute in terms of what we wanted to do offensively, and all of a sudden that game becomes a little bit dicey. I thought they did a good job refocusing at halftime and executed better, and I thought the subs came on and did very well. I mean, I think we played with more purpose. Even, Dane's goals, he's a goal scorer. And if he played the first half, he wouldn't have gotten the same service, but he comes on. But we have to be diligent in terms of what are we trying to do. We have to take responsibility for that. We're pretty good. I stay on them, but I also think it's part of it as an athlete. If you're going to be a winning team and a winning culture, the standards have to be very high. And so that's what we're hoping to keep reminding them, so that we don't have those complacent performances that cost us points.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, Bob. All right.
On my live stream, I thought I had it on like landscape, but it wasn't. And someone commented like my neck hurts. I'm like.
All right, guys. Dean Kelly is here. I'm gonna have to check with our research department for the last time a Hounds player scored 2 goals off the bench for you. But
Oh yeah,
fire away with questions for Dane.
super sub. How's it going? I think that was your first time this season playing with Deequa on the field at the same time. Was there any good chemistry between the two? I mean, you guys obviously connected on that goal.
I mean, Deequa is a very hard-working player, so the team, like, when the team feeds off Deequa hard work, it's easy for me, like, to make my runs in the end because Deequa is always doing that work. So it was good to finally play with him.
Yeah, coming off the bench tonight, you make an immediate impact scoring a goal there. I know Deequa had a lot to do with that as well, but I'm guessing that's kind of what you envisioned coming off the bench, is to make an impact like that right away.
Yeah, for sure. As a striker, that's the plan. Whether you start or you're coming off the bench, you want to try to score goals, and that's what I did. I mean, like I said, Deequa, he just did all the hard work, and I just finished off the chance.
This team struggled to score set pieces a bit last year, but you got one here tonight off the corner kick. You had one in very well. Do you think you can help the team in that department off set pieces?
Yeah, for sure, and that's something that we've been working on in practice. A lot of crosses, and tonight it paid off. I told Kenny to put it near post, and I finished it off.
How do you like Pittsburgh so far?
I mean, so far it's good. I wish my family was here, but I've been enjoying Pittsburgh. It's nice to be.
Under Coach Lilley, is this a completely different system you've ever played before How is it so far under Bob?
I mean, Bobby's a perfectionist, to be honest. Like he like things to be perfect. And, I mean, for me, I never been coached like this before. You know, like usually sometimes I make mistake in practice, no one shouts at me, but as soon as I make a mistake, Bob is there. You know, so I think that's gonna help me grow as a player.
Good. All right, thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.